Hello Internet, welcome back to our Cataclysm tutorial series. Last episode I don't even want to talk about it, it wasn't a very good episode. In this episode we're going to continue looting around. So like I said previously, this game is the tutorial series, it's great and all when we have specific topics to discuss. The problem is that we've covered most of the really basic things, and so right now our attention should be focused on exploring and gathering supplies. Because of that, there's not a whole lot for us to talk about, so we're just going to go through the motions of clearing out some of the local area and just proceeding in the game, progressing in the game, so that in the future we will have more stuff to talk about. But for right now, we're really focused on exploring. So, actually, I'm seeing some vehicles. Oh, it's a wreck though. Okay, never mind. I was going to say we haven't talked about vehicles because we haven't seen vehicles. But this is it's a wreck down here, so this is like not a good example for us to look over and talk about. So we will wait until we've cleared up into the town a little bit so we can see more vehicles. I think I'm actually going to push up and engage these zombies in the street. We did see in our previous... Oh, I saw a zapper zombie. Where is there a zapper zombie? No. All the way over there. So this is, again, a little playground area with child zombies. Child zombies, we talked about reduce your morale. We haven't actually talked about morale yet, but there's a morale penalty for killing child zombies that we would like to avoid killing large groups of them. And then we saw previously that behind us at this railway station, there's quite a lot of monster density. So I don't think going this way is prudent at all, because it would inevitably make us fight a whole bunch of enemies. Do you see me? No, you just have a little ponytail sticking up off the top of your head. That's cute. You're an adorable little monster. Okay, so we'll head north, I think, because going over to the railway station, there's really nothing at the railway station that we want, and there's such huge monster density that it's not really worth it. So we pushed up enough. Have you seen us yet? One of you has seen us, so we're going to hang out and let them come down here. Oh, and another survivor zombie. This is what, the fifth survivor zombie. I get it. This is a survivor building, but like so many of them though. So that definitely is going to see us. Have you seen me? You have. And likely this one is not damaged. Moderately injured. So we're going to start retreating now before it becomes an issue. And we're going to head back to base all the way and let our companion help us kill the survivor zombie. They really are quite tough for a level 1, day 1 type character. There are no levels in the game, but you know what I mean. So we'll just retreat to base here. It has lost sight of me. Why did you lose sight of me? That doesn't make sense. Once again, it lost sight of me. When it steps over here, it can't see me anymore? What's going on with you? Also, what's wrong with your face? It's like it got Princess Leia buns on the side of its head. I don't get that. The last couple had like proper gear on them. Would you come over here, please? Why can't you see me? That is bizarre. Why? I really have no idea why it can't see us. There we go. Again, one abated into the building. So that... What is happening? I don't understand. I've never encountered this before. Let's head down here. Can you see me? There you go. Let's pull it over here. And then we'll engage while... No, don't attack Lyle Darden. We just want them to tank the blows while we take swings without getting a bunch of hits. Because this character is much less valuable to us than our own character. Because, like, yes, we want to interact with this person. Examine wounds. You're fine. Oh, what did that say? Healthy. Oh, it's fully healed. Yeah. And again, we'll treat their limbs when we get there. This character, yeah, we want them to join us, but ultimately they're a tool to be used. So it's like, yeah, I want you to live, but also you're less valuable than I am. Because if I die, that's the end of the game. Is that all the cash cards we have? No, we dropped some by accident. Let's go ahead and favorite the cash cards. We haven't talked about cash cards. Why don't we take a moment to do that? So cash cards are the monetary system in Cataclysm. Well, there's two monetary systems in Cataclysm. There's a barter system, which is what we saw in the last episode when we interacted with our NPC, where we were trading goods for goods. There's a specific value given to each item, and then I'm sure it's modified by like your barter skill and their barter skill or whatever. But it's one side bartering with the other side for in exchange of goods. So that's one system. And then there's the old world system, which is the cash cards. Now, cash cards are not super valuable. When I was first starting to play, I thought it was really fun to load up $200,000 on one card and tote it around like, look how much money I have. But the reality is that they're pretty useless. So like cash cards are used primarily in two places. Number one, vending machines accept cash cards. So if we go over and we clear this railway station, there are a few vending machines that will have food and drink in them. So we would use cash cards. If we didn't have cash cards, we could try to smash the vending machines, but that can set off alarms which summon robots and can lead to a lot of problems. So that's the one aspect of vending machines is food and drink. That's the most common. And then in certain gun shops, there are vending machines that dispense ammunition. So having the ability to buy those with what is essentially free money, you'll see we've picked up 4 from the corpses, and this is the cumulative total on all 4 of those cards is $1,964. And honestly, we could buy out tons of food and drink vending machines with just the money we have already, but we could also use them to buy ammunition from gun shop vending machines. I had a plan a long time ago to make raider vending machines, so it would be like vending machines out in the world that raiders are stocking, like bandits are stocking on the regular, and it would be filled with like meth and just drugs and guns and stuff. That didn't ever happen, so I never did follow up on that. I think it's a great idea, and hopefully that'll be implemented at some point in the future. But for now, it's really not that. And then the other value of cash cards is that you can use them to purchase gas. Is really the only other thing I ever use cash cards for. So there are gas stations in the game. We don't see any nearby. They will have these pumps, and these pumps will allow you to pump gasoline or diesel, provided that you give it a cash card and pay for the gas. So this is really all you can do with a cash card. I believe there's a grocery robot at grocery shops. I think they ironed out a lot of the kinks with that, so that those should work. So that uses cash cards. There are ATMs, usually at grocery stores and banks, or really the only places I ever see them. ATMs let you transfer the balance from all of your cash cards onto a single cash card, and then that allows you to, it'll give you, like, so if we did that right now, it would give us one card with $1,900 on it and 3 cards with nothing on it, and then we could use those 3 cards for crafting. You can use cash cards to make arrows. You can use them to harvest plastic chunks, things like that, so they can be used for crafting and whatnot. It's really not a big deal, other than sometimes it's convenient to just get it all off because you're carrying 74 cash cards and you're kind of tired of looking at them in your inventory. And it's worth noting that I believe each cash card does have, nope, it's per stack, so it has a 0.01 weight even for all 4 of them. I imagine that accumulates over time. Anyway, cash cards are not super valuable, but they appear everywhere, so you might as well pick them up. So we should have another zombie that was tracking us. Oh, there you are. We can take this one on, no problem. I am a little concerned about this Rottweiler. I don't know if you're going to be hostile. Oh, yeah, it's a monster. Smell accompanies this corpse of canine. Probably a canine, right? Its whole body is covered in chains of pulsating cysts and slime-dribbling ulcers. So that is a zombie dog. Rottweiler. I get it. It's funny, because rot is something zombies do. So we definitely want to keep our eye on that doggo. Let's go to running so that we don't get exposed to any more combat than we need to. You'll see she went down pretty easily. Again, our forked spear is pretty decent. And she had a bottle of disinfectant on her. That is excellent. We already have a lot of first aid kits, but at the same time, it never hurts to have more. And disinfectant can be used to treat our wounds and this guy's wounds. So we're going to be using some of it. Okay, stop sprinting before we burn all of our stamina. So it can be used to treat our wounds, which is something we're going to be doing. So let's just head north and continue. Honestly, I think that Rottweiler might become an issue. But for now, we can just slowly push up. Again, we're going slow because every step can expose us to more. Like you'll see, we're about to step into an area in line with this alley. So for all we know, there's some stuff hanging out right here or further down that might spot us and come running. Similarly, there's an alley on the other side as well. For all we know, there's a whole bunch of crap living right behind here. And in fact, we know that over here is a park. So for all we know, walking into this alley here or alongside this alley will expose us to all the child zombies and whatnot. So we're just going to be a little careful as we press up, keeping in mind that there could be more enemies right around the corner. It looks pretty clear. It does show all the way to the park, so we need to be careful that anything that shifts into view would not spot us. So let's just back up here, and we're going to deal with this kiddo the same way we dealt with the last zombie. Just going to... and we single shot it for hitting it with 21 damage. So that's pretty great. You'll see we got a message. You feel guilty for killing zombie child. It probably should be a or the zombie child, but that's fine. It probably just pulls the monster name. Didn't have anything on it. So if we look at our morale, which is the lowercase v key, we will do an episode on morale when we get there, but for now we'll just talk briefly about it. You'll see that we have -5 total morale, and you'll see that 73% of that -5 is from being guilty about killing. This menu was changed recently, so it displays the percentage distribution of what is contributing to your negative morale. So we're -5 points worth of depressed or sad or whatever, and 73% of that is from killing the zombie kid. And we'll talk about this in detail when we get there, when we start crafting, honestly, or reading books more. So we're at 31 torso temperature. That's this fur coat. But it's the most protection thing that we have, so we're not going to be taking that off. We see another zombie child. Where do we see a zombie? Oh, you're right. See, this is what I mean. They appear right next to you. So you definitely need to be careful. So let's just back up. Go back to sprinting. Step down. So in with our reach weapon, because we have a setting on called circular distances, this is by default. Circular distances is now the default. What this means is that you can't attack too diagonally with a reach weapon. Circular distances basically makes everything circular. So like if we had a fully revealed map, it would be a circle. It used to be a square, which I did not like. So it's just a more realistic way of doing things. And then because of circular distances, 2 diagonal tiles is too far to make a reach attack. So we could attack 1 up and 1 diagonal, 1 right and 1 diagonal, but we can't attack 2 diagonally. So if you see me repositioning in slightly or not making an attack, it's probably because it was 2 diagonal and we could not actually make the attack. So we missed. We're going to back up because it'll probably get a free movement. Or it will get a move shortly after the fact that we missed. So again, we hit it once and we killed it. So they have low HP. Oh, you know what? When I set up this world, I lowered those stats, didn't I? Because I was trying to do what I thought you would do in your initial world setup. How do we view current world? Active world? No. It used to be right here, didn't it? Show current world, whatever. Okay, I don't see it. It's fine. We picked up a baseball bat there. A baseball bat is excellent for a couple reasons. We'll talk about them now, I guess. Baseball bat on its own, pretty good. It's a +3 to hit weapon. I love +3 to hit weapons because I often miss my attacks. So having more +3 to hit, +3 to hit is very good. It does 19 bash damage and it has 111 moves per attack. So pretty reasonable attack speed. Pretty good damage and a +3 to hit. Very good item to have on day 1. Then you can convert that baseball bat to something else. So if we go component, baseball, you'll see we can make a barbed wire baseball bat. I never really make this one because I don't know what barbed wire requires. Someone told me it's just wire and you can make it yourself, so we might want to do that in the future. I usually make the nail bat just because all it requires is some nails and hammering, and it increases the damage by 5, and it still has the +3 to hit. So pretty easily accessible no matter what start you're on, no matter where you go. You can probably get something with hammering 1 or more. Remember, Chunks of Steel had this, pipes have this, lots of items have, a rock has hammering 1. Pretty easy to get, and then nails are everywhere. So pretty much any start you do, if you get the baseball bat, you can make a nail bat. Barbed wire bat adds a little bit more damage, but everything, and it's just a tad bit slower. But the nail bat is really the one I make the most because you can make it anywhere. Now the added benefit of this is that a nail bat only has wood, so it can only be repaired with the repair kit, whereas the barbed wire bat actually has a steel part as a component, and so it allows you to repair this with a welder. We talked about that in a repair episode. A lot of times it's way easier to get a welder than it is to get the miscellaneous repair kit. So it's definitely worth noting that if you make the barbed wire bat, you can repair it with a welder. So that's definitely 100% important, very valuable. But for now, we're not going to do anything with that because we're doing our tutorial playthrough. The baseball bat, the nail bat, the barbed wire bat are pretty much better than what we have at the moment, but actually they're not. The only benefit really is that it has a +2 hit bonus over this one. Everything else is pretty comparable. This is still about 23 damage, about the same moves per attack, plus it has a high block, which is better than the bat. So we'll keep the bat as a backup weapon, the way we're keeping the cudgel. And when we go back to base, we'll convert it to a nail bat, and we'll use that instead. So that's a pretty good pickup, although we've already gotten a fork spear, so it's not super great. I'm worried about this alley. The fact that some of them showed up. Where did this kid come from that she followed us so quickly? Probably over here, but I didn't see her, and then when we came back, she was right here. So I don't know. I don't know, but it makes me nervous. Let's check this building. We haven't been in this one yet. No, don't step in the raspberry bush. Glamopolitan. Okay. Let's head in here. Oh, it's locked. Let's activate our lockpicks. Which, remember, again, we have never leveled our lockpicking or our mechanics skill. So, unfortunately, we're at mechanics 25% of the way to mechanics 1. So, we are terrible at picking locks. And we haven't secured a crowbar or something that would let us crowbar doors. So honestly, I mean, well, there's an open window to the north. Let's try to creep in here. Be really careful. Fat zombie. Okay, gonna be really careful because we know there are enemies on that side of the building. Okay, we're getting a glimpse through. Okay, let's just get in here, and we'll close everything up behind us. Okay. Close up the front as well. Let's crouch. Trying to use crouching more because I think new players will use it. So let's just check because we're going to be exposed to a new area here. Be real careful. Go ahead and close up the windows. Cannot close the window without curtains. Really getting annoyed at how many windows don't have curtains. I don't really understand that. We've talked about it a couple times. Oh, big storeroom is pretty good. Are there windows on the rear of this building? Shouldn't have done that. So all of them have seen us. We'll close the door, but they're very likely to come bursting in. And once again, we're seeing 2 downstairs in the same building. I really hate this. Because again, if we go downstairs, it's going to be 1 basement. There's not 2 doors that connect to 2 different stairways. So if we go down these stairs into the basement, we clear out the basement, whatever, and we come back up the stairs, there's a chance it pops us out right here where we're exposed to this whole exit. I hate this. I don't understand why there are multiple stairs in these buildings. It just serves to cause issues. That door is locked. So we'll listen to see if they come breaking in the window. No? It's possible they didn't see us, really, even though it said they saw us. It's possible they may not come all the way over here to investigate. They might have lost interest as soon as we disappeared. So I don't feel super comfortable here, but we're going to continue looting. A dive bag. Again, with storage items, we're looking at a few main things. What is the encumbrance overall? What is the actual storage of this item? 12 is pretty good. I think standard backpacks are 10, so it's a little bit better than that. It's also a lightweight mesh backpack, which likely means it has low encumbrance and is probably pretty light to carry. Other than that, it seems fine. We already have a pack, so I'm not super worried about that. In fact, don't we have a backpack? No, we swapped it for a duffel bag. If we look at the duffel, the storage is almost 3 times as much as the dive bag. So pretty good. I'm thinking maybe 10 is incorrect. Maybe regular backpacks are 20 storage. I really don't remember off the top of my head. It's one of those things you see all the time in the game and you don't really think about. Sponges are good. Sponges let you clean hard items, so like Kevlar plates or CBMs, which are bionic modules, things like that. A couple bricks, which we don't really care about. Again, boxes are one of those things that you have to move up on in order to see inside of. Got a unitard, skin-tight spandex garment resembling a crew-necked leotard combined with leggings. Yeah, it doesn't interest me very much. They are very warm, surprisingly, for 0 encumbrance, so it must be treated as underwear because it has 0 encumbrance. We don't need that. It's warm enough that we're not concerned about that. Hexamine or hexamine stove is a small camping stove, basically, that uses hexamine tablets. I don't know how you pronounce that, so I don't care. I'm not going to take it with me. Some people like them. I don't really care about them. We got a map here. Tolland Tourist Guide. We have a book. A chemistry textbook is fine. And nothing in this cardboard box. Fine. It's all fine. Oh, good. Basically, this is the game saying, hey, we tried to move a zombie, but there's a zombie already there. So that's unfortunate. Can't get in this garage, huh? And we're not going to be able to get in over here because we would be exposed to things, which we really don't want to be exposed to. So I'm very hesitant to head down the basement stairs because we know that it can pop us up in a dangerous area. I would encourage you not to do this if you were playing casually, just because there's a chance you would pop up and be exposed to all the enemies out there. Oh, we never checked the kitchen, did we? Well, we already have a bunch of flashlights. Already have a hammer. I think we have a hammer. We'll take it just in case. Pretty sure we have a screwdriver, but we'll take it just in case. Pretty sure we have an X-Acto knife, but we'll take it. Duct tape, always take. Long batteries, yes please. I don't think we need more light batteries, but we'll take them. I think I said long batteries. I meant long string. Don't really need more knives. Don't really need a pot. Oh, it's a casserole. Lovely. Chemicals we could take. Gallon jugs are pretty handy in general. We want gallon jugs so that we can carry fluids around our base, although we probably have quite a few at our base already. We'll just grab everything, I think, that isn't bad for us. So some of the problems with the dietary restriction traits, we took lactose intolerant in this playthrough. You'll see some of these things make sense. Obviously, a lactose intolerant person doesn't really want to drink a jug of milk or a stick of butter, eat a stick of butter. But some things like pizza, a lot of lactose intolerant people are fine with eating pizza. I just had pizza yesterday, despite being somewhat lactose intolerant. And I was there with another person who expressed that they were lactose intolerant, but that pizza was fine to eat. So it really bothers me when I see things like that. Like every now and then you'll see something like waffles, I think, contain dairy in the game, and so you just can't eat waffles. And it's like, yeah, but there are pancakes and waffles that have barely any milk in them. They're barely... Why is that? Whatever. Just worth noting that some things are going to be a little wonky with that. What else do we got? Grab all this. We're 41. I think we'll head back to base and drop things off before we head into the basement. Just because the basement is a dangerous spot for us. I would love to get into this garage as well. The fact that it's locked up. Oh, saw a feral runner. Where we've lost sight of it. We see a zombie far to the north. Okay, well, that's not really a problem for right now. Some child zombies, they're all the way over there. Yeah, I mean, I don't love some of the spots we're in. Southeast is the dog and the raccoon, that's fine. So we'll come in here, we'll drop our stuff off just so we can free up some inventory space, and we'll head back to check the basement. Should be fine. Let's deal with the nail bat while we can. We'll just do this really quickly. So I can make barbed wire, apparently. Requires wire and bolt cutters or a tool set, which we don't have. So we'll just make the nail bat. It's fine. Nope, that's not the crafting menu, is it? Craft, nail bat. Nail bat, make this really quick, store in inventory. So now we have a nail bat. We can drop the cudgel. Or did I drop it? Drop the cudgel, wield the forked spear. We'll head back up. So now, in case we get in a pinch where our spear gets broken, we'll swap to the nail bat. It's a pretty solid day one weapon. It's obviously not a reach weapon, which is the main issue. Where's there a fat zombie way over there? Being able to see so far is sometimes a curse because you're like constantly having to reassess when you see things. Could we slip in this garage? It's going to be so... See, I just peeked here. Why am I now exposed to a zombie? Did I not peek here like I thought I did? Where's there a child? All the way over there. So let's peek. Still clear. Let's peek. Still clear. So let's get in here. Oh, it's weird that it's actually a bathroom. Soap dish, toothbrushes, soap bar will take. Candle, matchbook will take. Another sponge. People keep telling me how they never find sponges. I find them everywhere. Here's 4 sponges in this one house. Shaving kit can be used to increase your morale, but mostly I would just unload it, which would give us soap. So that's fine. Toilet brush, plunger, no thank you. So we can't even get in the garage area. It's not a garage, obviously. It's just locked interior doors. I don't understand. People don't usually lock their interior doors like to the point where you can't get in your own bathroom. So I don't really get that so much. So let's head into the... Actually, we're at about time. Why don't we save? And then in the next episode, we will go in the basement. And we'll just continue looting. Once night falls, we'll have a conversation about looting in the nighttime and just general practices and how to stay safe in that situation, because it is generally the recommendation for people, but it can also be pretty dangerous. So we'll be talking about that in the near future. For now, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back with more in the near future. I'll see you next time.